Well, hey there folks, and welcome to the latest episode of Luthorville. So this episode is going to be a little bit of basically me practicing some trailer backing that I have been a little bit rusty on. You can hear the ambulance going by, you can hear quite a bit of traffic because I am obviously not at Luthorville. Today I am at the Montebello DMV. This is actually the DMV where I took my original CDL test and failed twice. So this seems like kind of an appropriate place to be doing some practice now that I actually have my CDL. So I'm going to be doing some stuff with my truck and with the U-Haul trailer and basically just talking myself through it. And maybe this will be helpful for some people that are interested in doing this sort of thing. I'm probably just going to be doing some Straightline and some alley docking type stuff. So let's start out with simple Straightline backing. Okay, so I have the microphone on so that I can still talk and narrate as I'm doing this. So this spot actually where my truck is currently parked is where I did my my pre-trip inspection for my original attempt at getting the license. Well, let me see, is this going to hit the microphone? I'm not sure the seatbelt, no, the seatbelt's not hitting the mic. Okay, we're good. So let's start up the truck, and like I said, we're just going to start out with simple Straightline backing. I got the cones set up. The cones are at 40 feet in length and 12 feet apart. So let's just get in front of that first set of cones, kind of pull out fairly straight. All right, and now from here, we will back it up. And remember, I like to think of the bottom half of the steering wheel as the way that I want the trailer to go. So I want the trailer to go a little bit left, and try and keep it straight, and there we go. And getting a little crooked there. All right, that's not too bad. When you pull out fairly straight, it's pretty easy to keep it pretty much in line when you're coming back. Okay, that's a little crooked. That wasn't really fancy, but let's give it a try again. The 12-foot spacing is pretty darn easy, I have to say. I've actually done this when I was in my training classes. It was 10 feet. The school was doing it at 10 feet, and trucks and trailers can be a maximum of 8.5 feet wide. That's a federal regulation, so anywhere within the United States they can be 8.5 feet. I'm really off, actually. I should be way the heck over here. A little too close to that one set of cones, so I'm pulling away. I'm probably not even in frame anymore, I'm sure. So sorry about that, but I want to start further away because I was not remotely lined up with those cones. So, all right. Now, right now, I'm basically just using the driver's side mirror. I'm not using both. So, all right, now I'm looking over to the passenger side. I think we got it pretty good now. I'm trying to get a little bit even instead of being real close on the driver's side. So that's a little bit better. But as I was saying, in my training classes, I was at 10 feet instead of 12. And the DMV is actually measuring you at 12 feet. Obviously, then if you can do it at 10, it's a lot easier when you take your test. And as I said, the maximum is 8.5. So, all right, that's pretty decent. Let's maybe pause here because I think that's a good number of runs on Straightline backing. I want to make another video that is another video that's going to be featuring the alley docking. So I know I actually didn't give a whole heck of a lot of instructions with that and explain what I was doing, but basically what I like to do, and you know, all kinds of instructors are different. Some of my instructors hated the way that I was doing it, but instead of, because the thing is, everybody always tells you to think the opposite of where you want to go, right? So they're like, oh, if you want the trailer to go left, you have to turn the wheel right, you know, and that can be very confusing. So what I like to do is think of the bottom of the steering wheel instead, because which way, if you're making a right-hand turn, which way is the bottom of the steering wheel going? It's going left, right? So if you want the trailer, I'll always think of relative to where you are, right? Relative to where you are as you're sitting in your seat, where do you want that trailer to go? If you want it to go to the left of where you are, then grab the bottom of the steering wheel and turn it to the left, right? And if you want it to go to the right of where you are, you grab the bottom of the steering wheel, you turn it to the right, okay? Which is the same thing as instructors who tell you turn it the opposite way, because they're talking about turning it, you know, clockwise or counterclockwise. They're talking about going from the top of the steering wheel. But if you go from the bottom, then it's the same as where you want the trailer to go. So that's just my little piece of advice that works well for me. Maybe it'll work for you, I don't know. So just throwing that out there. So anyway, as usual, thank you for watching this episode of Luthorville. We're gonna do another quick episode that's going to do some of the docking moves. So we'll get to that next. And remember, if your ambitions don't scare you, they are not big enough.